Yes, my dear friends, welcome to the third in our wonderful Revolution series where we are exploring the mindset and how powerful this mindset can be for ourselves and how we can impact others and the people literally causing this ripple effect all around us. If you're joining us live, if you're joining us on pre-recorded, first and foremost, welcome to the Mindset Revolution. My name is Neil Nasser, a mindset life coach where we're taking and elevating people to the next level of their lives, taking people to where they want to be. We're looking at their aspirations and their goals, and we are exploding their lives. And I'm so super happy to have you, my dear friends, with us today. So, very much welcome from us, from the team at NMN Life Solutions. If you want to have more of a personalized experience and you want to invest in yourself even further, contact us. All the details will be coming on the scroller as we move through today's session. In fact, let's get those on the screen now so you've got all the information that you need. Go to our website, nmnlifesolutions.com, where we offer a free 30 minute consultation, and you can explore all the avenues that we can take to help you even further in your life. Okay, so let's get underway, my dear friends. If you are here and you are present, let's see that you are in the room. Let's get a thumbs up. Let's get some notifications going. I've got the comments field on my screen here. So if you're there, let's put a little thumbs up or a little heart or something on the screen. Let's get engaged. Let's get charged because today is going to be so insightful. I am going to be delving really deep today. And my focus today, my dearest friends, is all about the influence of our environment and how that has a profound impact on our mindset. Think about that for just a moment in terms of your surroundings that are all around us. You know, the clutter that's in our lives, the negative people, the people that are draining, the things that you tell yourself, these things. Thank you, Shabnam. All these people that are, with us and they draw our energy. How does this have a profound effect on our website? Our website's at the bottom, on our lives and how it impacts us. So that influence takes away from our resilience, takes away from our confidence, takes away from us seeing our alignment to our goals. I'm going to go into some strategies today to optimize your environment so you can really achieve so much potential and how you can create a supportive environment around you that is aligned with your purpose and aligned with your goals. If you're supercharged and you're super pumped on this, let's leave some comments. We've got our WhatsApp is open as well. If you've got my number, we've got our comments field open. So keep on engaging. We will have a really exciting session today. I said, if you're watching on our live podcast, if you're watching on our webinar right now, do engage with us. If you're watching online on pre-recorded, again, very much welcome to the Mindset Revolution. So let's dive in really quickly into this subject and let's see what we can do to change your mindset right now by looking at your surroundings. So first and foremost, let's talk about our physical space because this is a really important topic. Okay, so when we dive into our physical space and we look at what is surrounding us, think about your workspace, think about your home environment, think about how that affects your mental state. So there's this theory that we have in business, right? So if you have a cluttered desk, then you have a cluttered mind. If your desk is clear, then it's very free flowing because you don't have these barriers and these roadblocks that are around you. What do these barriers and roadblocks do for us, my dear friends? Well, what they do is they act as distractions. So if we have something on our desks that maybe our phones, or maybe we have that book that we're reading, or something there that is really causing our attention focus to shift in another direction rather than focusing on the task, this then doesn't align with what your purpose is going to be, what your focus should be. If the clutter is all around your surroundings, if your workspace is really cluttered, then what happens with your mind? Your mind gets distracted. Your mind gets cluttered with thoughts, with distractions, and with things that just roadblock you. And these roadblocks are within your capability, my dear friends, for you to literally take apart. You can maneuver them. These are not bound to your environment. You can pick up that thing and maneuver it and put it somewhere else. You know, one great thing that we do when we go into businesses is we do this decluttering of the environment, this workspace. I sometimes, recently went into a business and we ordered about 50 drawers that go underneath the desk for these clients. And the remarkable, profound impact on their productivity went up in excremental. It was just extreme in terms of the percentage of productivity that we had from the workspace, the work people there, because their workspaces were clear. This piece of pile of paperwork that they've just keep on doing and keeping to one side was just piling up on their desk. And they've done it, they've completed it, they just put it away. Once it's out of sight, it becomes out of mind. Does that make sense? If that makes sense to you guys, put a comment on the field. We are here and engaging with you live. Does it make sense to you that if you are clearing your space and clearing your work environment, how much more productive you can be? With less distractions, you can have more focus. So this is just in terms of your workspace. Now imagine your home environment. Okay. So I want you to picture right now that you walk into your kitchen and you're in your kitchen and you're about to go and cook. And you've got 100 things that are on your workspace, on your worktops. You've got things that are cluttered. You're trying to get around all of this space. You're trying to find a bit of space just to get out that chopping board and prepare the meal. Is that you? Is that you, my dear friend? Because you've got all of these things that are blocking you from having this flow, this workspace that aligns you to your purpose. Your purpose is to cook that meal, but you're busy, distracted, trying to find and clear stuff just to get a bit of space, just to get that chopping board out and start that preparation. Is that you? Is that your workspace? I'm telling you, I know it's us. There we go. Thank you so much, Carla. That is absolutely us. That's us in our lives. Okay, we hold on and clutter onto things. Imagine your home space right now and your environment that you're sitting in. So you're in your home environment, you're trying to relax with the family, and you've got 100 things on the coffee table, you've got things that are under the couch, you've got things next to the couch, you've got the iPad that's in your way, you're trying to have a decent conversation with your partner, with your children, with your family members. All of these distractions that are lying around you, all your focus is not on that particular person. You're not giving 100% to the person that is in front of you. How alarming is this kind of stuff? This is crazy stuff, right? If we learn to clear away some of these distractions, your focus elevates. And with that elevation of focus, you're able to do the practical things when you communicate. You're able to actively listen. You're able to be more present with the people that are around you. Your mind plays a subconscious part within your life. You have in between 30,000 and 40, 50,000 thoughts in any one given day. You're making decisions, 35,000 decisions in a particular day. And maybe our next session will be over overthinking and procrastination because that's a really big topic. But these decisions that you are making are affected by your environment. Okay, because you're not giving that 100% attention to what you need to. So what I want you to do, this is a task for you. Okay, so you can write this down. Hopefully you've got your pad and your pen that's in front of you. I always encourage you, if you don't, just pause this. If you're watching it live, go and grab one right now. I will give you 10 seconds because I'm really fair. 10 seconds to go and grab a pad and a pen. When you've got your pad and your pen, I want you to write this task down. Okay, this brilliant task. I just want you to do an evaluation of your home environment and an evaluation of your work environment. Okay, if you work from home, and a lot of us are working from home, take a moment to look at your space around you and note down all of the things that are not fixed. Okay, so you can't You can't maneuver the mantelpiece, and you can't maneuver the things that are fixed to the ground. But the things that you can actually pick up and move away and put somewhere where they are out of sight and out of mind, you will start to see this profound change happen within your environment. Okay. Now, guys, have you heard of, you must have heard of Feng Shui. Feng Shui is the flow of energy. It's a Japanese concept. It works really well in life. Okay. So Feng Shui is about energy that travels around the room, and you can put your furniture, you can put your ornaments in certain directions and in certain ways where energy flows all around the room. And Feng Shui is all about clearing the space. In fact, I've got this book that's in front of me right now. If you don't have a copy of it, please do. Let me just get that really close to your screen. It's a phenomenal book, and it kind of dives into your environment really, really well. Definitely worthwhile grabbing a book like this. It talks a lot about the deeper psychological impact of Feng Shui and how it can impact the productivity in your life, how it can impact your relationships in your life, how it can impact yourself. When we're focusing on ourselves, it all starts with us. And if we're investing in ourselves, if we're investing in our own environment, having a calm, clear, reflective mind, knowing our purpose and moving towards that, then that ripple effect, it just spreads out all around us, all around us. And it's profound. It really is profound. So, guys, if you're feeling this so far, let's get some engagement going on. I can see John is on my WhatsApp. Thank you so much, John. Thanks so much for watching. Let's keep on going because, this is a really important topic. We are creating a revolution in our own lives. Everything starts with the mind. Everything starts with the mind. Now, let's move on to the same subject, but let's dive deeper into our social environments. What role do our social environments have in shaping our mindset, our relationships, our communities, our circles of friends, our circles of people that are around us? You know, there's a great saying, and I may have said it before on here, and I say it to a lot of my clients, that you are the 5 people that you surround. You can become the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So picture the 5 people that you spend the most time with. What are their traits? How is their mindset? Do they have a negative fixed mindset? Or are they quite optimistic people? Are they quite positive people? And do they have a growth mindset? Consider that right now. Consider that. Angel, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining as well. I know he's all the way in Uganda. So thank you so much for engaging with us. The people that you are surrounding yourself with have this profound impact in the way that we see ourselves. And the energy, again, I'm using that word energy, that we are picking up from them. Now, we have certain family members, okay, that can be quite negative. We all have them. I have them. I know other people have them. It's something that we deal with in our coaching sessions a lot of times. The question is, how much time are you willing to give towards these people that are sucking your positive energy, your focus away from you? And I'm not here telling you and saying to you, you need to cut these people off in your life, because these people are pillars in your life. They are family, okay? So never cut off those people, but consider how much time you are allowing yourself to absorb that energy. If you're spending an extreme amount of time around these people that are pulling away and pulling you backwards, then reconsider this moment. Reconsider in this moment, maybe something that you can do to make a change. Okay, maybe there's something that you can do to restrict yourself from spending lots of time from these people, lots of energy with these people. Now consider this, we've all done it. We walk into an environment, we're feeling great, we're feeling really positive. We've just secured that amazing deal. We've just 10x'd our company. We've just gone into an environment where we've done done incredible things. We've just come from the gym and we're feeling really pumped. We've just gone on this fresh walk. And then you walk into an environment, you walk into maybe even a family setting or some friend circles, and everyone's feeling a bit melancholy. Everyone's feeling a bit like the glass is half empty kind of attitude. You know, the rain cloud is above my head, so let me put that rain cloud above your head. And it's a negative talk, it's the way that people speak. What happens to you in that moment? Just something that I want you to consider. And again, if you've got your pad and pen there, please do write this down. Please do think about this and consider this further as you move forward in your day, because these things you can change you. And then ask yourself that second question. How much time are you willing to give or sacrifice being around this environment, the environment of negativity? Because the more time that you put into that environment, the more it's going to affect you. There's an analogy, there's a situation or analogy that I use a lot, and I just want to kind of reaffirm it. You may have seen it on other podcasts and you may have heard it when I'm doing speeches and stuff like that. I want you to consider this banana, this rotten banana that's in your fruit bowl, okay? And you go shopping, you go to your superstore, and you go to your supermarket, wherever you are in the world, whatever you call it, and you buy some fresh fruit. Okay, let's consider it's a fresh bunch of bananas. Okay, they're good, they're feeling that they're ready to eat, they're ripe. You then take that fresh bunch of bananas, you put that into that fruit bowl, and you add to it that rotten banana. It's black, it's gone into that state where it's really sugary. Okay, it's decomposing. What is going to happen to that ripe set of bananas? Over a course of time, and even a short space of time, it's going to affect the rest of that fruit. It's going to reflect the ripeness. It's going to affect the chemical balance of the rest of that ripe fruit. It's going to speed up the process of that deterioration. Now, think about this analogy in our lives. If I was to take that ripe banana and still put it into the fruit bowl with the rest of the ripe fruit and keep it in there momentarily, maybe even for like half an hour, let's say, how much of an impact will that banana have on the rest of the fruit? It won't have that much impact, right? We're allowing this banana to sit there for a few moments and then take it away, removing it from the ripeness, okay, to stop the process of that deterioration. Now think about this analogy even further. This is us. This is us when we walk into a negative environment. This is us when we consider our 5 people that we're around, the people that tell us we can never do something, the people that tell us that we're not going to achieve, the people that tell us, why are you bothering? Nothing's ever going to happen. Think about that. When you take yourself out of that environment, you are that ripe banana, right? You are that ripe piece of fruit, that piece of fruit that is there and is feeling, rotten, negative. You add that to that environment with that ripeness, which is yourself, and you take yourself out of that environment, and it has a profound impact. Got your pad and pen, guys? I hope you have. Just write this down because I want you to remember this. Remember this. If you're there and you're engaging and you're live with me right now, put a comment on there. If you're watching on pre-recorded, comment all the way through. You are the bouncer at your own club. Okay? So if you've been to a restaurant, you've been to a club, you've been somewhere where there is that bouncer, that doorman that is on the door, he decides who he lets in and who he rejects. He decides who he's going to ban from coming in to that space, that environment. You, my dear friends, are the bouncer of your own club, the bouncer of your own environment. Okay, I'm coming close to the screen now because I want you to write this down. You decide, you, my dear friend, you decide who you let in. You decide how long they stay for. Put time restrictions on when they can come in. Allocate the time. Ban people. You can ban people from even entering your space. Decide who you turn away. You're not coming in. You've heard the line, not today, mate. You're not coming in. Imagine that. Imagine you have an option. You have this power. You have this control. Ask yourself this question. What will be your ID checking system? When we were younger and we used to go into these clubs or we go into restaurants and bars, they want to see your ID. Okay. They want to look at your ID. Now I'm a bit gray and I clearly look a lot older. I don't get asked for ID. If you're like that, like me, there we go. Thank you so much, Carla. Yes, definitely. What will be your ID checking system? When you're in and around the environment of people and you're feeling that negativity, maybe that could be your ID checking system. Maybe you can then say, I'm picking up this energy from this person. Maybe you're reading their body language. Maybe you get this sense. So much of the work that we do is about in tuning and connecting back to that gut instinct. Okay. It's very, very powerful. If you can in tune yourself to that gut instinct, you instinctively know when you're walking into a dangerous environment, right? You instinctively know when something is wrong. Okay, so you can instinctively know when the energy is bad, when the vibe is bad. So if somebody's walking into your environment, in your space, in your club, remember you're that bouncer, maybe that could be your ID checking system. And you can then put a limitation on how much time you want to spend with that person, with those people in that environment that is going to pull you away. Ask yourselves what rules you're going to put in place in your club. What rules are you going to have? Shabnam, Carla, Angel, the people that have engaged, John, Sean as well is online. These people, you guys, everyone that's watching right now, live or pre-recorded, what rules will you have in place for you? Remember, these are your rules of life and you have control over this. And then ask yourself and consider this last question. How are you going to enforce them? Okay. Enforce is a big word, right? So how are you going to be able to enforce these rules that you put in place? Really interesting. Interesting concepts that we're throwing towards you today on this wonderful Saturday. It's raining outside. We can't control that environment. We can control ourselves. We can control how this rainy, dreary day here in London is going to affect me. And you know what? You can see the smile on my face. You can feel the energy in the room. I'm feeling pumped and supercharged, and I'm really happy to be engaging with you today, my dearest friends. We're 23 minutes into today. I can't believe, how quickly these sessions go, and this is why we're doing them on a monthly basis. If you have not connected to any of the other sessions right now, go to our website, nmnlifesolutions.com. Go to our products, our growth toolkit. If you go to the growth toolkit, on the top right, it says product. When you go lower, it says the growth toolkit. We've got a range of tools on there, and you can access all of the other pre-recorded. The first two, and the success mindset was phenomenal. And the first one was all about the fixed and growth mindset. So if you haven't engaged with those yet, please do. We are here to help and here to serve as much as we can. How are we feeling out there? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling charged? If you are, let's put a yes on there. Let's put some thumbs up on the comments field if you're feeling great and you're really absorbing this right now. You're really engaging with us right now. Then, let's get some comments going on our chat right now. It's brilliant to have you here, and I'm so happy to have you. What I want to dive into in the next section is about the influence on the resilience and the confidence of ourselves. Okay. So we talked about the cluttered environment and the organized space and how that has a mental impact on our stress levels. So this is our resilience. Okay. Stress is a massive thing. There is so much death rate within the UK and worldwide just about stress. Okay. Because we give ourselves this stress. The environment that we have around us impacts the mindset, and the mind then tells the heart, I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling like I'm out of control. Big word. Okay. When you feel out of control, Remember what I said about the only thing that you can control is yourself. And if you're feeling out of control, you're submitting yourself towards something else, which is allowing to take that control away from you. And we never want to be in that position. Shabnam, thank you so much. Feeling strong, Shabnam. Thank you so much. Zahra, thank you for engaging, guys. I'd love to have you guys on here, honestly. Think about and consider the impact of your environment in your work, in your home place, and how much it is pushing towards your stress levels. Yeah, how much that cluttered kitchen. I think it was Carla that said, that's exactly me. When you go into that kitchen and you haven't got that space, how stressful is it? How important is it for you to have that decluttered space? It's the influence that it has, the profound influence that it has on your resilience. And then what this does, this resilience that just keeps knocked back and knocked back and knocked back, it then has an impact on your confidence. You become less confident in your attribute, in your life. You get this knockback. And every chunk and every bite that's taken out of you, you feel less confident, you feel less motivated, you feel like you slip into this dark place, this place where you don't feel that you can achieve anything, this place where you feel like it's easier just to live in this comfort zone. Have this surrounding around me. I've got my sofa there. I'll sit on the sofa. It's a little bit cold, so I won't get up and move my body. I won't start getting energy by moving the blood around the body to heat myself up. What I'll do is I'll just reach down the side of the sofa and I get one of those nice cozy throws, the ones that are really soft, and I'll put that on me and I'll still sit there, and then I'll still be cold, but I won't move around, and then maybe I'll drop asleep. This is the comfort zone. We never want to get to a stage where we're in that comfort zone because nothing grows. You put yourself through these pain points. Push yourself to work beyond your limits, my dear friends, because this is how you have profound growth within your life. Looking at the social and the positive impacts of having negative and positive social interactions, how that affects your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is so profound. I'm going to talk about a case study because we like to bring real life examples in here. The University of Chicago, Dr. Mark Berman, it's a phenomenal case study, actually. And it just talks about how the environment changes people's attitudes and aptitudes. And I'll paraphrase, okay? If you go onto their website, you'll be able to see this. It's the Journal of Experimental Psychology, October 13th, 2016. So maybe you want to write that down and have a look in more detail, because I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit. So there was this math test that they created, okay? And they created this math test to challenge the university students, but they wanted to break the students up to do this test on their psychology. And what they did, they looked at the test in two ways, okay? They looked at the stimuli of the person, right? How you can stimulate somebody's mindset to push them towards cheating. Yeah? Imagine that. So they took half the class and the other half of the class, they put one half of the class in an environment that was really positive, and they fed them really, great affirmations. They talked about their potential future, and if they do this maths test, they're gonna lead into this and this, and they talked about their potential. They showed them graphs, and they tapped into their visual, their audio, and their kinesthetic minds, and they really pushed them. The other half, they put them in an environment where they just gave them books, told them to study in a very blank room, okay? And then there was very monotone, like music, background music that was being played. And then every now and then, somebody would come in and say, maybe you want to take a break. Have you had enough study? And they didn't give them negative affirmation. What they did is fed them like these cues to say, what, just take a break. You're working hard. Have a day off. Take some time out. Go and have a Snickers bar. Go and drink some, fizzy drinks and all of that. And then, quite interestingly, when we're talking about drinks, the group that had a very positive surroundings, they were just given water. Okay, they were given water and fruit. But the ones in the negative, they were given like chocolate, they were given chips or crisps, whatever you call it in your country, and they were given, fizzy drinks and sodas and things like that. What happened? What happened to these people? The results were phenomenal. I urge you to go and have a look. University of Chicago website, you can see all this data. It's an amazing case study. So what happened in the impact of this is magnitude. The cheating ratio, so people that cheated from the negative group rose exponentially. 87% of the people that were put in that environment where they were fed negativity, they were given negative cues, they were given a surrounding, like I'm saying, the fizzy drinks and the chocolate and all of this stuff. 87% of those people ended up cheating in this test. Can you imagine that? Now, how many people do you think in that positive environment cheated and pushed themselves into that state? Zero. Absolutely none. None of them. Equally, when you look at the results as well, when you look at the case study even further, which is phenomenal, of those 0% of people that did not cheat, though in the positive thing, they all got over 98% correctness in that test. 98%. Can you imagine? That's phenomenal. The people that were in the 3% of the negative environment that did not cheat, they didn't cheat, they got 50% or below. And then profoundly, the 87% that cheated, they all had exactly the same answers. So they were just feeding in. So what they did in this environment where they were left alone, they schemed about how they were going to do this. Now, this is called what we call in psychology the broken windows theory. Okay, maybe you want to write this down and explore this even more. Broken windows theory actually comes from criminology. So it's in the environment, when you walk onto an environment, when you start to see, a lot of broken windows or boarded windows, potentially there is something going on. It's a brilliant sort of case study about how the environment affects the surroundings, and maybe there is illegal activity. The police, the authorities, they use this a lot. So this broken windows theory, write this down on your pad, dear guys. And I think that this is something we can learn from, and we can learn about this in terms of how we can change our environment even further. Are we going to put ourselves into that state where it's negative and have results where we have to really cheat ourselves, or we're going to put ourselves into a positive environment where we can get positive results? Make sense? If it makes sense, engage with me right now. Put a comment in the field on your live chat. If you are watching pre-recorded, put some comments on there. Put your thumbs up. We'd love to get this engagement going on. Honestly, thank you so much for being engaged. Thank you so much to Raj. She's just give us a message and a thumbs up on our WhatsApp field. If you're on LinkedIn right now and you're watching live, give us a thumbs up, because we're moving forward right now. Are you ready for the next session? Are you ready? Are you charged? We're into 33 minutes. Can you believe how wonderful, how quick this is going? SubhanAllah, this is beautiful. Right. Next section is about you, my dear friends, creating a supportive environment that's around you. Can you imagine? A supportive environment. Let's design some strategies for a positive physical environment. I've given you some tips about organizing and decluttering already in your living areas. Okay, so let's think about this. You're back at work. You're in your workspace now. Maybe it's your home office. Maybe it could be in your workspace. Thank you so much to Tamsil as well. Maybe you're in this workspace and you're there. Consider yourself in that position right now. Just maybe close your eyes and just focus on your workspace right now. That environment. Where is your computer? Where is your tool? Is it right in front of you? Is it far away from you? What are the things that are in front of that work, that computer, that monitor, that screen, that are stopping you from having a focused relationship with the work that you need to do? What are the distractions? What's the clutter? This declutterization towards that goal of your life is you removing those roadblocks, taking away those roadblocks so you can achieve phenomenal outcomes within your task. Something that I do personally in my life is when I want to focus on some work, maybe I'll go outside, maybe I'll go into some open space, maybe I'll go and sit in my living room where it's open and free and the feng shui is really good, the energy is really good. Maybe I'll go and sit in a place where maybe it is cluttered, or I take myself out of that workspace. This has profound impacts on our productivity, profound impacts on what we're doing. Kyla, thank you so much for your thumbs up as well. What about your living space? You know, Carla, I'm going to come to you because you talked about I talked about the kitchen and you gave me a massive thumbs up. She said, absolutely. What can you do in that kitchen space to make your work environment more productive? Maybe you could start putting some things in some cupboards. If you don't have enough storage, maybe you can buy some more storage. Maybe you can start considering, do I actually need this? Wow, this is a phenomenon. Do I actually need all of this? When was the last time that I utilized this instrument, this a piece of equipment that was a fad, that was so good, this new piece of phenomenon? Is it just tucked away in the corner? Is your food that you've left out in your storage, is that just going off? Is it out of sight? Because then that has another effect on that environment, because you've got rotten things there, and the deterioration of that fruit or that food then plays a profound impact in the environment itself. I want you to consider another thing, because right now, when I look up from my screen, I can see this. The importance of natural light, greenery, and the ergonomics that goes around promoting that positive mindset. How much sunlight do you get? Are you able to sit next to a window? Are you able to be close towards somewhere that has natural flow of energy in terms of the wind coming through a window, or even, let's say, the light that's peering through a device, like, maybe a small hole in the wall that literally gets that thing. Some of these wonderful workplaces that I've been able to go into have amazing skylights that penetrate this light upon ourselves, because this has a phenomenal, and you want to use that word, phenomenal impact on, again, our environment, how great we feel. Have you heard of SAD? This analogy of SAD, right? Seasonal deficiency. When you are in an environment, and we get this a lot. Well, I hear this a lot, especially during those winter months. When you get to that point where, especially in the UK, when the times change and the nights become really long and people don't get exposed to natural sunlight enough. Are you like that? Are you sensitive like that? Because if you are, this is in your control. This is your environmental control that you can make a difference to. We don't have the control of making the days longer. We don't have the control of having the sunlight to be around us longer. But when the sun is up, you've got to ask yourself, how much times do I get out? What are the barriers causing this? Is it the rain? Is it because it's cold? All you've got to do, my dear friends, is grab an umbrella, put a jacket on, grab that hoodie, and get out there and make the most of the sunlight. Even in those nights, you can buy yourself these lights, these wonderful lights that radiate this UV light, and it increases your vitamin D. Maybe if you're in a dark space at your workplace, maybe you can ask your boss to say, look, can I have one of these? You will see a profound impact that happens on your productivity, your well-being, and journeying towards your happiness. Our next session, session 4, is all about the mindset of happiness. And that's all I'm going to be focusing on, the mindset of happiness, because that's going to be next level stuff, honestly, believe you me. So watch out. In a month's time, hopefully we will be having our next session on that, and we'll dive deeper into that mindset of happiness and how productive that can be for your life. Thank you so much. Who is that? Jamil, thank you so much for engaging on the WhatsApp. If you're still there and present in the room, let's see some thumbs up. Let's get this energy going. Let's feel good about ourselves. We are chomping through. We're 40 minutes in. We've got 20 minutes left, and I'm going to try and finish up as much of this wonderful topic as I possibly can. Think about your personal space. What things are around you that inspire you? What things do you have within your personal space, within your workspace that give you that inspiration? Now, it could be that you have this plaque on the wall that tells you, you know, positive in and positive out, or gives you a wonderful quote that you really enjoy, something that really inspires you. It could be pictures of your family that you want to get better relationships, and you've got this smiling, wonderful environment with all these pictures of great memories. You can create vision boards. Who's heard of mind mapping? If you've heard of mind mapping, give us a thumbs up right now. If you've got this visualization of mind mapping, these vision boards that are around you, you know your purpose and you know your goal, you know your direction, you know what's going to work for you. Maybe you could do a to-do list. I'll give you my to-do list. That's here. This is today's to-do list. I keep that around me in my workspace so I know what I need to do. I stay focused on that. And that drives me, that gives me that profound impact. So this is what I need to achieve. And I don't cross it out once it's done. You saw on my workboard, it's tick, 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 tick. And in the UK, it's only 11:41, and I've ticked off so many things already. Your personal achievements also can boost your motivation. Okay? So I'm going to give you an example of this. Sometimes we work with people that are in sports, right? And I'm so blessed to have, such a range of clients. And if you want to have more information about how you can onboard as a client with our service, go to our website, NMN Life Solutions. You can go onto any of our social media platforms at Neil Nasser, and give us a shout. We can see whether we can work with you. So we've got the capacity to work with you, whether it's an online course, whether it's courses, whether it's supplements, workbooks, or personalized coaching. We can do all of these things and come towards your destination, the person that you want to become. Now, these sports people that we're working with, what really motivates and drives some of these people is the trophies, the awards, the things that they got, the plaques. Working with one particular person right now who is probably going to be going to the NBA. He's a phenomenal young man. And if you are watching, my dear friend, I'm there pushing you every single day. He wins these trophies. He wins all these acclimates. He gets, these shirts that are signed, and he keeps them around him. So they are literally by his bedside. So when he wakes up in the morning, he sees this, he sees these trophies, he sees these awards. What do you think happens to him? What do you think happens at that moment with himself, with his mindset? He's got this go-get attitude because he wants to go and get the next trophy, and it drives him to see what he's achieved. In life, my dear friends, we do not spend enough time celebrating our wins, and wins can be absolutely anything. Absolutely anything, okay? So, Carla, if you manage to successfully make that dinner, that's a win. If you feed your family, that's a win. If you've woken up this morning and you've done something productive, that's a win. If you have cuddled your wife, your spouse, your partner, if you've cuddled your children, that's a win. Celebrate it. Learn to celebrate. And I'm not talking about having this massive celebration where you are, setting off fireworks. I'm talking about a simple pat on the back, a look in the mirror. It's about feeling good, like, yes, I did it. And that yes moment, that moment that I achieved something, watch that feed into your psyche. Watch that feed into your environment, and see how that has massive, profound impacts on what you're able to achieve even more and even greater things. So award yourself, award your capability. Thank you so much, Cecilia. It's wonderful to have you on here. Please keep on engaging. Let's see some thumbs up. Let's see some interaction. I've got the live screen in front of me. I've got my WhatsApp opened right in front of me. If we're here, let's keep this motivation going. Let's keep inspiring one another. Because guys, right now, you're inspiring me. You're inspiring me to keep on going for these next 15 minutes. So I need your energy. I'm feeding off your energy right now. So engage with me right now. Let's see whether you're online. Let's see whether you're enjoying this. We talked about the 5 people that you surround yourself with. I want you to picture this. Imagine the 5 people that you are around yourself with. And this is imaginary, and they're not my people, but imagine you've got like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, you've got Steve Bartlett, you've got Tony Robbins, pick another. Maybe you've got somebody else that's around you that you look up to, right? So these are your 5, okay? Imagine what you can achieve. Imagine what you can potentially grow to. Imagine the conversations that you can have. Imagine their mindset. Imagine their go-get attitude. Imagine their risk appetite. Steve Butler is what, 31 years old, and look what he's achieved. Look what Elon Musk is moving towards. Now, you may not align with their values, but what I'm saying to you is these people that are around you right now, not saying do they make millions and millions, but how much time are you giving towards these people that are affecting your psyche? How much time are you willing to give towards these people that are affecting your psyche? Try to limit those times, those moments with those people, and you will see this profound impact. Try to surround yourself with people that align to your values and your purpose. Like-minded individuals. Tom Sill, thank you so much. Good to see you engaging. These like-minded individuals that you are around will have a profound impact on what happens in your life and how they're able to push you. Imagine the conversations that you can have if you're sitting there and you're spending a few hours with your friend, you go for coffee and you're aligned with these same values and these same purposes. You have this attitude of, positive out equals positive in. Consider this. I want you to ask yourself this one question right now. You can write it down, don't have to physically say it, but are you one of these people that looks at the cup and says it's half full or half empty? Okay. Most people will give the answer that you think that you want to tell yourself, but have a good reflection on it, because I'm going to shatter this image of this half full and half empty in 1 second. If you have that image and you're thinking of yourself, you know what, my cup is half full and I want to fill it. If you think that you're half empty and I want to do something about it, I want you to think about this right now. Have gratitude in the first foremost that you have a cup. Okay? Don't worry about what's in the cup. Your cup is always full. And the fullness of your cup is always from your potential to fill that cup. So the first foundation of this is actually to have total control of the gratitude that you have this cup. Start at the basic foundation and see the gratitude build, see the positivity build, and see the outlook build. Because you always look that there's more room in this cup than you can ever imagine. Because you have this ongoing, ever flowing, endless possibility. When we look at the environment that surrounds us with our people, we have the ability to cultivate positive relationships around us, but also within those relationships that we have of positivity. Remember, you're the bouncer of your club, so you can set the boundaries of what I like to call toxic influences. How many toxic influences do you have in your life? How many people have this attitude of, I'm not going to be able to do it. I need you to help me. I need you to show me. How many people in your workplace, you give them a task and within 10 minutes they're on Teams and they're calling you going, how do I do this? How does this happen? Can you show me this again? How much energy are they taking? And then ask yourself in those situations, how are you empowering them? Okay. I like to call these people toxic influencers. Yeah. They're people that tell you you can never achieve anything. They're anchors in your life. Build techniques, my dear friends, to build a strong support system around you through mentoring. Grab yourself a mentor. If you don't have one, profound coach or something, network around the right people and build a community of involvement. So community that involves you towards your alignment. Okay. So if you're into sports, join a club. If you're into gym work, get yourself a personal trainer. If you like cooking, get yourself into a cooking course, or be around people that love the same things that you love. These like-minded people in your community will really help you phenomenally. Next level. We have a phenomenal community called the Environment Hub. And if you want to join that, it's a WhatsApp community right now. We're going to move on to Discord, a paid community very soon. But if you want to join our community, please do, drop me a message on here, drop me a message on my WhatsApp, and we can add you to that group. No problem at all. It's a community of like-minded people. If you do not have somebody that is a coach or a mentor, I highly recommend, and I'm not just trying to sell my service, there's phenomenal coaches out there. Get yourself a coach or a mentor, because we give you the shortcuts, we give you the blueprints, we give you the roadmap, and we give you the tools. And then throughout the process of you going through this roadmap, this blueprint, we are your guides. We have been there. when you're finding somebody that is going to be your mentor or your coach, make sure that they have that life experience. Okay, that's really important, really, really important. So maybe invest in that, invest in yourself, and invest in yourself further. Now, guys, we're living in this time in this state. We've got 10 minutes left, and I just want to touch on this point. We're living in a very much a comfort crisis. Okay, a lot of people talk about the comfort crisis. We live in extremely comfortable environments, extremely. Okay, we've been pre-programmed to tell you it's breakfast time, it's lunchtime, it's dinner time. We eat what we want, we eat fast, we eat food. You could just tap something on your phone right now and food will be delivered to your house. You don't even need to prepare it. So, Carla, you don't need to go into your kitchen. You could just press that thing and food is delivered. We are not putting ourselves through enough pain points. Okay, we're not putting ourselves through enough tests. We've got to re-engage the primal instincts of what is within us to release our potential. And this is all your environment stuff, okay? So if you find yourself tapping an app and ordering food 3, 4 times a week and not preparing that meal, if you're not giving yourself enough time to do the things that push yourself, if you're living within this comfort space, this comfort crisis, you've got suitcases that pull on the floor, right, with wheels. We've got, cars that are there. We've got, Uber and thing that come to our door and pick us up. We're not going out into to go and hunter gather anymore. We're not going even to the supermarket anymore because we can order our groceries online. We're not giving ourselves choices. We're not taking those ice showers or ice baths. We're living in hot, warm climates. We're putting those throws on when we're feeling cold. We don't push ourselves enough. When you start pushing your environment around you, when you start pushing your environment within you, you have profound impacts on your life. You engage that primal instinct. We are hunter-gatherers by nature, right? Nothing much has changed within the human DNA from when we were cavemen and cavewomen, when we were living a very Neanderthal life, when we were waking up in the morning with no food, no water, and we had to go out and we had to go out and survive. Think of our forefathers. When you tap into this energy, this primal instinct, this is how you push yourself. This is how you create an environment around you that really can think. And it all comes down to choice, my dear friends. It all comes down with a choice of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. So some practical exercises. I want to give you some practicalities as we're moving into the final section of today's area. A brief discussion on something. So maybe, my dear friends, you might want to incorporate fasting more in your life. Okay? Now, in some religions, I'm a Muslim, so some religions, we fast mandatory, okay? There's mandatory fast that we need to do in the month of Ramadan, and when we're doing that, we're not eating and drinking for that whole month for those daylight hours, okay? But you can do this thing, and it's a very wonderful word. It's called the intermittent fasting, okay? You can push yourself to fast, and you can choose when you have your meals, right? So when you're intermittently fasting, what you're doing after 8 hours, you're burning the glucose in the body. After 12 hours, you start drawing on the cells in the body. When you go further than those 12 hours, you start digesting the fat and the cells, the things that are really toxicated around your organs. Okay? The heightened sense of awareness, the heightened sense of performance that happens throughout these intermittent fasting sessions literally takes you to the next level. You see like yourself in the best state. Okay? So one tip from me is maybe you can try to do something like that. Okay. I myself am trying to push myself. I'm 2 meals a day at the moment, but I'm pushing myself to 1 meal a day. You can drink in the intermittent fasting, but you drink water. Okay. You can have the coffee, you can have the tea, but don't add anything to it. But this is how you get profound results. Okay. Think about your physical environments. If you're not doing enough exercise, if you're not moving around too much, then maybe you could do something about it. Maybe you can get one of these smartwatches. I don't have one, but maybe you can get one of these smartwatches that tells you to just stand up, that closes the rings. You've heard of this phrase, right? Closing your rings. If you don't have that, maybe you could set yourself some goals each day that you're going to go start your day for a 20-minute walk. Maybe you are traveling to work and commuting. Maybe you can get off your bus or your transportation 3, 4 stops before and walk and push yourself to get some energy and get some exercise. Maybe you can take the temperature of your shower down or your bath down by 3, 4 degrees, and get submerged into an ice bath, submerge into a cold state, and see what happens when you do that. What you're doing is putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. You're putting yourself through this area of what I like to call pain. And where there's pain, there's growth. When you put yourself in a surrounding of pain, that means you're growing. When you're not growing, when you're in a pain of comfort, nothing ever grows in that. So this helps you to enhance your mindset, my dear friends. Are you still there? Are you engaged with me? We have 5 minutes left. Oh my gosh, this has been a phenomenal session. There's been so many people on. Tom Sil, thank you so much. Ali, you're online as well. Thank you so much. I'm watching and engaging. If you are watching on the pre-recorded as well, you can continue to comment. We have regular engagements with people that are commenting. Thank you so much. Maybe you could start thinking about sharing your ideas around with people that are around you from what you've learned today. Okay, so practicality, this is what I'm giving you. I'm giving you knowledge. When you embed knowledge is when you teach somebody else. Does that make sense? So if you read a book and you understand the principles of this book, or if you learn something through school or something, or you have a great teacher or a great scholar or a great coach, that person that teaches you, when you embed knowledge, the embedding of the knowledge happens from how? It happens from when you impart that wisdom, when you impart that knowledge. So speak to the people that are around you, talk to people of how you have built up those techniques, built up this stuff that you've learned, teach them. Try within your day, if you can, to create some areas where you have calmness, where you have this conductive energy, where you can just sit and focus. Maybe when you're in your workspace, have a dedicated workspace and minimize the distractions around it. Take a moment just to clear away some of that space. Clear space, clear mind, clear thoughts, clear actions. Beautiful thing. Write that down on your pad. If you're still with me, write that down on your pad. Maybe you can take some time again in terms of handling your stress to do some mindfulness and meditation. And again, we do some meditation practices, either Islamic or non-Islamic meditation every single day of the week. Come to our website and book in a session. I can do personalized meditation sessions. This helps to coping mechanisms. It helps to reduce the stress levels within yourself. It's been a wonderful session, and I have literally just raveled so much. I've got so much in this mind that I want to share with you and I want to give to you. But my dear friends, let's open up the questions right now. And I want to give you an opportunity now to fire a few questions at me. We've got 3 minutes. So much. Thank you, Shabnam. So much that you wanted to you wanted to share with me. So this is great. So much of what you have said has responded with me. Lots of change to be definitely lots of change to made. Definitely we can seriously look at lots of different areas of our life. Thank you so much, Ali, as well. Ali's got a first question of the day. When we look at our workspace, what would I recommend the first thing we remove? Wow, what's the first thing we remove? Okay, what I'm going to say, I'm actually not going to say something that you don't remove, but I'm going to say something that you add. Okay, so if you're in your workspace, maybe it's at a work office, create the space, definitely remove some of that clutter, but introduce natural life. So put a plant there. Okay, put a plant there. At home we have like an orchid, and we're trying to re-nurture this orchid that looked like it's dying, and today we have our third orchid that's growing, and we just feel great about it. But having this natural space in there, something that's growing, something that you can look onto, not only is taking away the carbon monoxide that you're breathing, it's giving you the oxygen. So Tamsil and everyone there, that's what I would potentially say that you could do. That could be the first action that you do. Has anyone else got any questions at all that you might want to add? If you're watching on the pre-recorded, put your questions in the comments, please, because we will get to them. I promise you, we have a team that literally are going through social media every single day, and they're answering all of your questions. We're here to serve, and we are here to help. Sean, thank you so much for engaging. He has a question about cutting off negative people in your life. Wow. Okay, so we've got less than a minute left. So, Sean, I want to just give you this information and advice. Okay, if they are family members, don't cut them off. Maybe you could think about how much time you're spending with these negative people. If they are friends, and remember, friends last, 3 letters of friend is end. How much do you value that relationship? Can you cut it off? What's the benefit? What's the outcome led thinking? Am I benefiting from having this person in my circle? Think about that and consider it. but think about how much time you're spending around these negative people. And this, my dear friends, will have a profound impact, hopefully, on the rest of your life. Our next session will be about the mindset of happiness, which will happen in a month. Watch out for this space. Go to our website, NMN Life Solutions, engage, join our mailing list, join our community. We'd love to have you on there. I have been your host, Neil Nasser, and it's been an absolute honor and pleasure to have you. Have a great day. Stay positive, stay focused, and we'll see you very, very soon. Peace and love.